Okay, I'm just showing you guys how I do things when I do things like this vendor project. I know there's a few other people wanted to help and weren't quite sure how we were doing things. So all I did was I went up and I downloaded. I'm gonna do all the wands in the next hour or so. So I downloaded the base Weenie ID for the wand and I pulled it out of my server, but you can get it off Ace, off the Ace website as well, off the GitHub. Um, Now, I'm just going to start with the base Weenie ID in the spreadsheet and data folder. I save this. This is my cheat sheet document. I run it on another screen. And on another screen, I have my uh, loot wiki up. Uh, Not everyone's running a ton of screens, but it isn't that big of a deal. I just organize the way I like to work. The first thing I'm going to do is I know I have to add all of these in to this stock weenie. So I'm actually just going to go right here and I'm going to add in, boom. These are the skill level of the wheel. 2 tells you to go to a weapon skill, 34 is war skill, and 430 is the level to wield on this. For this one, it's actually the first ones are no wield, so I'm going to take out the first 3 lines. They are going to be attuned and bonded, so that's done. And then I just know I'm going to need to make sure that that's straightened up. There is a little bit of an error coming from Word into this where it didn't include the asterisks that I needed. So the first one's always going to take you a little more time to get done. Um, Attuned and bonded, this is going to be my first one. The other skill I'm going to need is rending. Now, the first one, I have to do all the different rends when it comes down to this. So I'm going to add in my rending right there, kind of pretty it up. I'm going to start with 1. 1 is critical strike. On that cheat sheet, it'll have all the different rendings on it. See, I got all the different rendings there. And then I'm going to add in the icon underlay. Icon underlay is a whole different line. This is under, and I'm going to write this down because this is actually a property DID. Everything else is just going straight into the int. So in the DID, I'm going to add in the underlay. So it'll go right down here. Got rid of the extra semicolon. I've done this a lot, so it's kind of something that I just go to. I'm going to make sure I have the right underlay. If you saw that cheat sheet, I had it already. All the underlays were already there. This is critical strike, so I'm going to do critical strike right there. Then I'm going to go, I'm not going to rename it, but actually I could go critical strike wand. And the big thing you do have to remember to change your class name. What I do is I change it to my Weenie ID. I'm just going to change it to the default one for now. All the class names have to be unique on items or they will not stack into the database correctly. The only other thing that we're missing here is weapon defense. Of course, it starts with none. We're going to give it like a 5% for a no wield. And then what we're going to do is give it a, well, I'm not going to give it any modifier because this is a no wield. When I go to the 250 wields, I'll give it an attack modifier of 2%. And I'll kind of increase 2%. We want to stay below retail. These are supposed to be necessary, but they're not going to be game breaking. I still want to increase people doing that. With that being done, I'm just going to go Control H and I'm going to type in 5539. That's the stock Weenie ID. And then I'm going to look on my spreadsheet to see which one I need to be doing. And it's all written down on here. Most of you have seen this. This is also in the drop. So I'm just going to scroll right down to no wield wands. Critical strike is going to be critical blow biting strike. I keep calling it critical strike. It is biting strike. Um, that is going to be 1288. So I'm going to change this to 1288, change all, and then to finish it out, you're going to notice all of mine start with the A, B, C, D, E. I'm just going to go Control H, all my default ones that are coming in off my spreadsheet. Boom, copied. That's a done critical strike one. So I'm just going to Control Save. I have in my ACE folder, before I hit that, I go to my custom. Now I've got my master, but I'm going to go to the content, and you see I'm building the vendor project here. This is a weenie for the vendor project, and I'm just going to name it 5201288. Name it the weenie name, and that's all I'm doing. That's saved. Easy, easy, done and done. Now that I've got the first one done, it's really as simple as now I'm going to change the rendering, change the icon underlay, change the name, and the next one's going to be an AR wand. So I'm going to grab the AR, and I'm going to paste that in here. And then I'm going to scroll up, and on my other screen, I'm going to pull up, not acid rendering. That is one mistake I make. I have AR for acid rendering and armor rendering. So if you don't remember where they are, it'll kind of mess with you a little bit. Armor rendering is a 4 value, so I'm going to change the rendering right here to a 4. And then I'm going to go Control Shift, Save As. And one more time, I'm just going to pull up this little file right here, and I'm going to go, okay, this one I just finished. I'm going to turn that green. The no wheeled armor rendering is going to be 1289. I'm going to go ahead and turn that green, because all I need to do is go in here and go. I have this issue sometimes on this is an issue I get on my computer where sometimes it'll stop that for a minute. I find if I open the task manager, it'll take care of it. I'm going to save this as 1289 now. That's the second one done. So that's 2 wands in what, while I'm doing the video, it took me 7 minutes to do 2. That's really how easy it is. As it gets higher, you do have to adjust your defenses. Every time you do a new tier, you need to do them, but then you can make all the rest identical. So easy, easy. You can see it change the class name, all of the weenie numbers. Actually, no, I didn't. See? And those are the things that sometimes you forget and you have to catch later. That's why I test things so extensively. But when I double check it again, I go, okay, I didn't change that. So boom, now I'm going to change that there. I'm done. So now I've got 2 done. So about 8 minutes. And thanks, guys. Take it easy.